Hello students, in this video we will discuss about a physical quantity linear momentum which is identified by Sir Isaac Newton, and this physical quantity is denoted by P vector and is equal to mass into velocity. Okay, linear momentum is denoted by a small p vector and it is equal to mass of the body and velocity of the body, and the direction of momentum of the body is in the direction of velocity. So when we write the magnitude of momentum, then we can write in this way, and magnitude of linear momentum is P equal to mv. This is the formula of linear momentum in vector form and scalar form. From this formula we can write down SI unit and CGS unit. So students, by observing this formula we can write the SI unit of mass is kilogram and the SI unit of velocity is meter per second. And in CGS system, the unit of mass is gram and unit of velocity is centimeter per second. Okay, so from this discussion we can define that the product of mass and velocity of the body is called linear momentum. Okay, so students, in previous video I have discussed about linear momentum, and the concept of linear momentum will be used in Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion. Now we are going to discuss Newton's second law of motion, in which the concept of linear momentum is used. Okay, so first, a statement of Newton's second law is that the rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on the body. So first we will learn how to calculate the rate of change of linear momentum and what is rate of change of linear momentum. So first we calculate final momentum minus initial momentum. Take subscript for final and I for initial. Final momentum minus initial momentum is change in momentum, and divided by time interval t minus 0 means Tf minus Ti by t. So when we divide by time interval the change in momentum, then we will get rate of change of momentum. So in this way we can calculate rate of change of momentum. So this concept will be used in the Newton's second law of motion, and the statement of Newton's second law of motion is that the rate of change of linear momentum the rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on the body. In this case, force means unbalanced force. So this is a statement of Newton's second law of motion, and mathematically we can prove mathematical formulation of Newton's second law of motion. Okay, friends, suppose a body of mass m and a constant force F is acting on this body, and at t equal to 0 velocity of the body is u, and after time t equal to t, when force is applied on the body is same and velocity of the body is v. From this figure we can write change in momentum means Pf minus Pi. This is called change in momentum, and Pf equal to mv and Pi equal to mu. Okay, therefore mv minus mu equal to mv minus u, means change in momentum means final minus initial, and final momentum is mv and initial momentum is mu, and when we take common from this m, then m v minus u is change in momentum, and this change in momentum takes place in the time interval t equal to t minus 0. So from this we can calculate time interval for this change of momentum is equal to t minus 0 equal to t. Okay, so we can write the rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum equal to change in momentum mv minus u and divided by time interval t. So this is the rate of change of linear momentum. Students, according to the definition of Newton's second law of motion, this rate of change of momentum according to the definition of Newton's second law, we can write according to the definition of Newton's second law of motion, we can write mv minus u by t means rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to applied unbalanced force, and mv minus u by t is equal to k f, or f equal to k mv minus u by t, or f equal to k m. Change in velocity per unit time is called acceleration. This is called equation number 1. So from this equation we can put k equal to 1 when f equal to 1, m equal to 1 and a equal to 1. Then from equation 1 k equal to 1. Putting this value in equation 1, putting this value of k in equation 1, we will get f equal to ma, and this is the Newton's second law of motion. Okay, this is called mathematical formulation of Newton's second law of motion. Okay, it is clear that force depends on mass and acceleration of the body.